Okay, welcome to episode 22. I am your host once again.
Oh,
My name is Ryan Johnson. I am back from uh, my internship in Montreal. Even though I was back last episode, but I was kind of Skyping in and wasn't host. But I've returned for a pretty big episode because E3 just happened, and if you don't know that, why are you listening to this podcast?
ew.
Um, but before we get to all the crazy excitement over E3, start off with what we're playing, and go ahead, Marty.
Um, I haven't gone around to too much this week, but I got around to playing L.A. Noir, and as Ryan has informed me, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Other than that, not much at all. Matthew Lawrence. I have started yesterday, or 2 days ago, as a matter of fact, Bioshock Infinite. And as we were discussing prior to the podcast, I am not really enjoying it
Mm-hmm.
because I think that it's okay. I'm just gonna say this so I don't get flamed. I don't think it's bad, but I don't know why everyone thinks it's so good.
You're hardly into it though. You got to keep going.
But
You're just at the point where everything just takes off and goes absolutely bananas.
bananas crazy, and I don't know. I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, that's like I do to a lot of games, but depends. And then I've also picked up New Leaf this week, Animal Crossing New Leaf. And that's a bit of a disaster because the stores are closed when I'm at work and or open when I'm at work, and then when I come home, they're closed and it's real time. You can change the hours of the stores, but you have to do the initial part.
But that's cheating.
First.
Yeah.
No, well, no. You can change it like legitimately because you're the mayor. But in order to like get out of your intro stage of being the mayor, you have to do a bunch of stuff, and then you start getting more tasks and more powers, I guess. But the problem is, I need to get my house built, and I still have a tent.
Okay.
So the other day I rushed home from work and I was like, okay, I'm going to play this for like 10 minutes because I have 10 minutes before the stupid store closes. A virtual store, by the way. Run in there and he's like, you need 10,000 bells. I was like, gaming's garbage. Done. But I'm still playing that.
Okay. Cool. Today I was playing The Last of Us, which
There
came
it
out on the
is.
14th. It's pretty fantastic. It's getting a lot of good reviews, and I must agree with them so far. And I just started. I just kind of scratched the surface. And also, as of the taping of this episode, you can go on Xbox Live and you can get Fable 3 for free.
Now, does that include all DLC?
I don't think so because I think that you think they still charge DLC. It's not like some Game of the Year edition with all the DLC
Oh,
packs.
okay, because that's all I care about. I already have the disc.
Yeah, but if you don't have Fable 3, you can go get it for free. If that offer is still available when this podcast gets posted.
You can beat it in 4 hours.
You can beat the game in 4 hours?
I beat the game in 4 hours. Unintentionally.
Because me and Aaron are going through on co-op.
Oh, okay.
It's, it's probably killing Aaron that I'm not playing because I don't go on Xbox too much during the day.
Good lord.
I could. I have time to. I just don't. I'm usually playing SOTOR or
You're
something.
killing Aaron. You're killing him. You'll be playing SimCity. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to quit SimCity for a while.
I know. It feels good.
I got a little upset.
Yeah?
A little upset
Why?
because there is a point when there's too much traffic. There's too many people.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point where, like, even if you had the perfect road, if there's any turn, it's like, nope, they won't turn.
Well, I think we're doing something wrong because SimCity's Twitter page, they post a lot of pictures of people's cities that they send in, and they're like beautiful looking cities, and all's going well in their cities. I'm like, how come my city isn't looking like that or doing that well?
But the thing is, mine didn't have that bad of traffic because I made that crazy traffic system, as you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, one day, I was just come back, and it's just like a disaster.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what the freaking hell happened?
Mm-hmm.
But do you find that there's like a lot of really stupid things? Like, I find that like my factories keep leaving, or like people keep saying we're out of money, but yet I'm like, okay, unemployment. I go there, everyone's employed, not unemployed. Everyone's employed.
Yeah. What pisses me off the most is really the RNC thing, which is like my entire city is cram packed.
Oh,
There's
the
no
RCI thing. Yeah.
yeah. You can't build anywhere, and it's like we need to zone more residential because we need workers. I'm like, that's physically impossible.
I know. Yo, and then I
Do you
love
want me to
how
destroy industrial zones or commercial zones to get more
I've done that.
residential?
I have done it, and they're all like, it's because the Sims are stupid. They don't go to the same job.
Yeah, they need to fix that because that's really aggravating.
And the stupid thing is too is you can't edit the region. So there's typically one entrance
Mm-hmm.
into your place. So What I did was you build the road straight, but figuratively you'd go, okay, I need a 4-way stop right when you get in the city. But then that's the problem. There's a stop.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I make like in SimCity 4 another one?
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's move on to Apps with Marty, and this app went under a very rigorous testing and review cycle. So we hope you enjoyed this.
Unlike most of my reviews. Okay, so today I was checking out the featured page on the App Store, and I noticed that there was Apple App Awards they were given, and I didn't feel like spending any money, so I found this free one called Mosaic, and it was given the student winner. So I'm guessing a fairly young person made this.
Okay.
So the idea of the app is you get a photo on your device, whether it be the phone or the iPad, and you have multiple devices, and you send the photo to the other device, and it kind of takes elements of that photo and sends it to the other device. I'm explaining it horribly.
You swipe from one device to the
Yeah,
other.
all you do is you put them beside each other, you swipe to the next device, and it shares the photo, so it's like one big screen essentially.
Yeah.
Now the problems with this right off the bat, I couldn't get my phone and iPad to do this. Also, there's a problem within the app is that unless you have more than one device, you're not going to download this app. There's no use for it.
But there are quite a few people who have an iPhone and an iPad.
I guess so if
Yeah.
like, you happen upon somebody else. Who
They did
has
say
it.
you could file transfer too. So like if you had a friend.
It uses Dropbox. You can send some files.
But that seems a little bit ridiculous because on Dropbox you can just share
Why not just use
the
Dropbox?
folder.
right?
Why? that's a
instead
bit.
instead of
Well,
swiping.
unless they don't have Dropbox, I mean, like you can still give them the file, right?
Yeah.
Well, what would be even cool? Just thinking of another application, is a lot of, like if you're at like something like Fan Expo or something, they have like those iPads. Now, if you want like the trailer from what they're at the booth, they just go whoop done.
Yeah, but I mean, iOS 7 is kind of getting rid of all that because with iOS 7 you have AirDrop now, and you can just share over AirDrop. You don't need to be swiping onto other
There's
people's
too many
displays.
mojigs. Good lord.
And you can't do video.
You can't
Well,
share
I'm done.
video, right?
I'm out.
Is that what you're saying?
You can't share videos.
Yeah. Okay.
Just photos, and then the demo showed it using a Word document.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, I could not get this to work for my phone and my iPad, so I texted Ryan to download it. We get there, and I couldn't go from my iPad to his phone, and then Ryan got it on his phone and iPad, and it worked. And then we're able to link up his phone, his iPad, and my iPad, and we could get a photo across all three screens. And that is the extent of this app. That's pretty much all you can do. It's fun little display. I'm going to delete it soon because it's
I mean, the only semi-useful feature that isn't very useful is this the file sharing. Putting your pictures on is like, oh, you do it like it's a conversation, but then it's over after.
It's
Yeah.
it's
You
just
play
cool.
with it. Yeah.
It's just cool.
It's
Yeah.
cool, it's free, and it won an award. Despite me not getting it to work, we even struggled to get it to work with yours. We'd
Yeah.
have to swipe multiple times,
Yeah.
keep trying.
And it doesn't recognize the swipe unless you get it like right at the bezel and over.
Yeah.
It sometimes doesn't pick it up.
The explanation is terrible too because it doesn't even say whether it uses Bluetooth. Doesn't say whether it uses Wi-Fi. So we were like
were
messing
you,
around.
were you guys just experimenting with that on your own, or did it say like turn on Bluetooth or something?
No, it didn't
There's
say.
no
We were like,
explanation.
Oh, so you're just guessing?
yeah, like
okay.
we're trying to figure out what the heck it was using.
So we don't know what it uses still. I'm
Mhm.
assuming it's.
I think it's Bluetooth.
I don't think it is.
See,
What can you-
developer, please write it down.
And,
can you,
and iOS devices don't have NFC, so it's nothing like that.
So I'm assuming it's just using the same connection, or. You know what? I don't know what it's using.
Wizardry, that's
Well, they're
that
poor,
always
they're-
explains
but
the
when
things
when we
can't
turned off the
understand.
Bluetooth, we started getting errors, and no syncing even attempts.
I didn't notice that. It's just I noticed it failed no matter what I tried.
Anyway, download it, and if it doesn't work, then just delete it.
Okay,
There's
Michael,
only yeah.
what's your official ratings now? I don't know what they are.
Oh, that changes every time. I give this a
That's pretty good, I guess.
it's a you know.
It's just done. You just
It's
don't care
It's
about
not good. But it won an award, apparently.
I'm
'Cause
going
it's-
to
'cause
delete it
it's
right now
cool.
too. I'm gonna
Yeah.
delete
Oh, yeah. Delete yours too, Matt.
Yeah.
it. I don't have it.
Good job, Matt.
There you go.
it. Yeah, Matt didn't even download it. That's
You're thinking ahead.
I'm ahead of I'm ahead of the curve.
Is it on Android or any other service?
I don't know. I went to their website and it appears that it's just iOS.
Okay.
Their website was mosaic.io.
That's what their app was too. Mosaic.io.
What is that?
Who knows?
What is the internet doing? Anyway. Continue with your little show.
Apps with Marty. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Marty. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. E3, pretty big this year.
Amazing this year.
Yeah, because we got 2 new consoles, and then Nintendo, whatever the heck they're doing.
I didn't even pay attention to them. Tim actually texted me. I told him, was he watching E3? And he said, or Aaron rather, and he said, no, today's mostly Nintendo, and I didn't watch anything E3 that day. As a result of that.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
The second day is always weird.
So let's start at the very first day. This was last Monday. Microsoft was first.
Conferences, yep.
So let's start with
conferences
their
all day.
press conference.
9 a.m.
Yep, 9 a.m. Pretty strong, I think.
Was that no, that's EST, right?
Hmm?
9 a.m. EST.
No, that was Pacific.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to know what time it was.
No, 10 a.m. Pacific. Because it started 1 o'clock here. Coverage started at 9 a.m.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let's proceed.
Pacific.
Okay, so Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft. They kind of screwed up with their initial reveal of the Xbox One. What was that, back in March?
It's 3 weeks ago.
Was that March 20th or something?
21st, 20th, around there.
Yeah, and so everyone, a lot of complaints were like, "Where are the games? Where are the games? Where are the games? We don't care about this TV stuff."
It was
So-
a big turn off, essentially.
Yeah, so Microsoft said E3 is all going to be about the games, and I think they brought the games.
It kind of was all about the games. They showed a lot of trailers, actual gameplay this time instead of, hey, let's see some gameplay, and then they show a CG trailer.
That was the worst part of it. The reveal is like all the games were just CG. Like
Like
Forza was just CG, and but they definitely brought the games.
they
So what games were you guys most excited to see at Microsoft's conference?
I really didn't expect them to open with MGS5, The Phantom Pain.
Oh, yeah.
That was the very first thing of E3 that was shown, which looked phenomenal.
Mhm.
That was just a crazy ass trailer. That actually surprised me a lot. So I'm super stoked for that now.
That was gameplay though. That was good.
Yeah, that was
And that's actually coming to all consoles.
It's open
Yep.
world, which is crazy.
MGS goes open world.
Which I talked to Aaron. Aaron's another big fan of MGS like me. And we were talking. He's not. He said it was unnecessary, but kind of cool.
He said that he would buy it because it has MGS on it. That's what he told me. So he said that he doesn't really like that. He said that he would prefer like the old like linear, I guess.
Well, I mean, the whole point of these MGS games was for stealth, and nothing's more stealthy than having your own way to figure out how to infiltrate a certain base or whatever. You can find like a point, like in a fence or something, of where you can sneak in. You don't just have to go where the game tells you.
That's true, but some of the stuff's kind of stupid. Like I didn't like the horse thing. The first scene where they're like,
And he leans off the side of the horse.
Yeah, because like someone's gonna be like, that horse is riding itself. You know,
They're in Afghanistan. Maybe that's just what happens. Daily occurrences. Horses just.
holy crap, that horse has like one leg hanging off it. You know.
Oh yeah.
But the open worldness, right off the bat, the dialogue, he says something like, "Get used to those binoculars," because and it shows Snake actually using them a lot, seeing what he's gonna do. He's checking out everything even before he goes there.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah,
you
cool.
brought up a funny point that
he's got one eye.
he's got one eye. Yeah.
he's given a pair of binoculars.
He just needs a monocular.
So I have a question now. I'm not a Metal Gear Solid guy, but did he survive the end of 4 then? And that this is him after?
No, because since you don't know the whole lore, this is Big Boss in this game, and Big Boss was in MGS3.
There's multiple snakes.
Yeah. MGS3 is the original Snake. He was Snake,
Snake
Naked
Eater?
Snake in MGS3 in the game Snake
Naked
Eater.
Snake?
Yeah, he was called Naked Snake because he was put into Russia without any equipment. He had 0 equipment.
Okay.
He had like a sleeping dart gun or something, and he had to find his own food and his own weapons on site. So he was called Naked Snake.
Okay.
So he then, this may be a spoiler for if you haven't played MGS3, but that's a bit ridiculous. But he kills the boss, which is his mentor, who defected to the Soviets, and then he becomes Big Boss. Okay?
So Naked Snake is now Big Boss.
Naked Snake is now Big Boss, and Big Boss has returned in MGS5.
Now what is 4?
MGS4 is Solid Snake, and he's a clone of the boss. Oh, of Big Boss, sorry. And he's had advanced age acceleration because of his cloning.
So he actually died.
I don't remember if he died in MGS4. I don't remember
So
if
does
he's
everyone?
dead.
Do other people know that there are multiple
No.
snakes?
Yeah.
But do they all just consider him one snake?
Oh, you mean in the world? Like the
Yeah.
world in MGS? Do they
Yeah.
know there's multiple? I don't know. I think so. The bad guys know.
This is why.
There's a lot of names. There's Liquid Snake. There's Solid Snake. I think there's Solidus.
Solid Snake.
There's Liquid Ocelot. Revolver Ocelot.
This is why
And
we stick to
Liquid
Call of
Liquid
Duty.
Ocelot is
The
one
guy
of the
in
snakes. He's
Yeah.
one of the clones. Because he gets advanced aging too, and then you're fighting him in MGS4, right? It's
Yeah.
really crazy. It's really messed up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna play that game.
It's fantastic though. Even as wacky as it is, and I'm not a big fan of Japanese games, but the MGS was just perfect. It's something about it is just cool. But okay, yeah, so let's move on. What else did you guys like at Microsoft?
Dead Rising 3.
Holy poop.
That was a surprise. Eh?
That was fucking awesome.
I think a lot of people are forgetting about it too. It's not like after that initial showing, not a lot of people are talking about it.
it's because zombie games are getting blended. I think.
I think the big focus on E3 this year was like shooters and a weird mixture of MMO console gaming.
And a lot of showing off the power of the console.
Yeah, so
everything's open world. Look how many zombies we can throw on screen at once.
Yeah, so that's why I think Dead Rising kind of got pushed to the side because we're all focused on these amazing shooters that are coming out. But yeah, that was actually fantastic looking.
Like the number of zombies they had on
Yeah.
screen was just
It
crazy.
was amazing. Yeah.
And they kind of ditched the almost the humor side of it. It wasn't as goofy.
Well, a little bit.
and
There's that bit where he throws the chainsaw through the guy, the
But remember
zombie, and
how,
it cuts
like,
him in half.
cartoony everything was in Dead Rising
You
2.
could beat him with dildos and stuff.
Everything was comical. This one looked pretty gritty.
This is
and
gritty. This is like realistic.
The zombies actually kind of look scary.
I'm sure that they'll still have some funny elements.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think
I don't
maybe-
really care though. I mean, like
I don't know either.
I think the big surprise was when they showed this awesome trailer or this gameplay, and then at the end you see that it's Dead Rising. So I think they wanted to make it you kind of think it's not Dead Rising
Yeah.
until they put up the title card.
I almost think maybe they should have not made it Dead Rising. I think they're trying to boost sales with the name, which they definitely did. Like if you called it something else, I wouldn't be as intrigued.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd say because it's same with anything, right? Like Aaron, he did not a fan of MGS as being open world, but because it's his MGS, he's gonna buy it.
I guess so.
You know, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's that kind of effect.
They also showed off at the end of the gameplay trailer the use of I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, the tablets
The tablets, yes, he
and smartphones.
Really cool ways to do it.
he called in a airstrike on his location.
But what I'm thinking about is this, and Watch Dogs is doing the same thing. We'll get a little bit into that later. But when you want an airstrike, do you personally have to get out your phone and call one in,
Yeah.
or does it put out like a signal to everyone with this app saying, "Hey, this guy needs help. Do you have the time to help him?"
Wait a second here. I didn't see that the smartphone thing with the Dead Rising. There was. Can someone explain
So
that to me?
you know, at the end of the trailer, he opens like I think it was in the back of like a semi truck.
It was like a train.
Yeah, and he's
Or
like,
a
I'm gonna
train.
call in an airstrike.
He opens up. There's all those zombies, and he calls in an artillery strike. Someone called that in on their phone.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
So they brought
okay.
out their smartphone and they typed in
I'm
whatever they
assuming.
did.
Yeah, I'm assuming that that's just like for you only. It's not like.
But doesn't that seem a bit ridiculous?
What do you mean?
Well,
For you to be playing the game and be like, I need to call in
I'm
an
sure it's
airstrike.
limited usage. Like you can't use it all the time.
I'm thinking it's like because in the world of Dead Rising, people know of zombies.
Mm-hmm.
People are accepting of it, and they just quarantine them. And you have Zombrex now, of course, as shown in the second one. So what I think might be is like the people on the tablets are supposed to be like the military. That's kind of the story way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can kind of see your point. Like, I need an airstrike, and if no one's online, I'm like, I need an airstrike. Hello? I don't have a Windows phone.
And is that the only way to get past that particular part in the game? You know?
I'm sure he could jump over. He jumped on top of that building.
And then I guess optionally, could you call one in yourself in the game without needing a smart device?
I'm assuming so. Like that's probably just a gimmicky add-on.
Yeah.
Cool. Regardless,
Mm-hmm.
the world looks huge. They mentioned that vehicles are going to be fairly important, and he was driving that car for a long time.
But you're not safe even in the car because the zombies were
How excellent
grabbing
was
on.
that?
Yeah.
The zombies just like grabbed him in the car.
Yeah.
And it's not ridiculous. Like you can just drive through a horde with your car. It was actually slowing him down a lot.
Yeah. So customization is a big part of Dead Rising. I wonder if you can actually like put add-ons to your car or something.
That'd be cool.
Maybe put something on the front that can push off more zombies.
Maybe
or
in your
something.
safe house you can like build a car or something.
Yeah, that'd be
And
cool.
the customization's not limited to finding like a crafting table anymore. I don't know
Yeah,
what they're
just do it
called
on-
in
do
Dead
it on the
Rising.
fly.
They're just on the fly now.
That's
Yep.
cool. Yeah. So I think another big showing at well, first of all, I want to mention that Battlefield 4 was shown at Xbox's
After like
conference,
10 minutes.
and not Call of Duty. They kind of pushed out Call of Duty and brought in Battlefield for whatever reason, and then Call of Duty had their own thing on Sunday, which was weird.
It's called. I don't even acknowledge Call of Duty anymore.
But no one's talking about Call of Duty at E3 because they weren't really at E3. You know, they didn't have a showing at any of the big conferences.
In my opinion, it's because it's just like I've seen Call of Duty every year. I haven't even played the story since Black Ops 1.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't care. I play it if other people play it. That's it. I think a lot of people probably do that.
It also doesn't look very. It doesn't look like an improvement upon the other ones.
No, at least they haven't shown us anything.
We have a dog. Something that you care about.
I love that fact. They're like, yeah, we got this cool dog with awesome textures, and then Battlefield 4, yeah, you can take down buildings online. You can just blow up the whole building.
Yeah. I was watching that with Tim actually, and we were flying. They were showing the part where you fly in a helicopter,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, another linear mission or whatever," and I'm like, "This is online." He's
Yeah.
like, "What the shit?" That's awesome. And you blow up the ground and the tank falls in.
Mm-hmm. That's really
Ridiculous.
cool. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
The elemental damage is going to be pretty cool in this one.
It's gonna be amazing.
And I've always dreamed of taking down an entire building in an online game. It's what
Yeah,
I've been
that's
waiting
true. Other than Mercenaries.
for. Oh, okay, yeah. But that's a bit over the top.
Well, it was co-op too. Like it wasn't big, but
And
but-
then I think sorry, did you have something you wanted to add?
I was just gonna say that I really wish that Microsoft had kind of refined what they did, because they should have not had the massive delays and issues with the sound.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of took it out of the experience a little bit.
Well, I feel bad for that one game. I forget what it's called because
The Dragon game.
yeah,
Crimson Dragon.
So
Absolutely no sound the entire
the
time.
audience was awesome because they were all cheering for it and stuff.
Yeah, like yeah, woo!
But then Battlefield doesn't get sound, and they restart it for Battlefield, but not the poor other guys.
It takes them forever to get it up and running. I know, it's ridiculous.
I mean,
Because I guarantee EA was probably back there and like, we're gonna sue you right now. Like
their
now.
lawyers are right there.
Yeah, like writing it up.
So yeah, and then Titanfall, which is a exclusive to Xbox One, as well as Dead Rising was exclusive. But what do you guys think about Titanfall?
I think it's cool.
A lot of shooters this year, but that looked really damn fun.
Something stood out about it. Yeah,
It might have been the jetpacks. I'm a sucker for jetpacks and
the mechs.
the mechs.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
You know what's good about all this? New IPs.
That was a good part about E3 this year. Yeah.
Also, what the hell is that game called now? Quantum Break. I was really confused on what it actually was when they showed it at the Xbox One reveal
Yeah.
conference, but it looks really badass now.
Mm-hmm.
What else did they show?
Well,
Rise.
Matt, you were right about Quantum Break. It is tied into a TV show.
Yeah, it's like it's like a hybrid, if you will.
Yeah.
Now,
No-
do the actions in the game affect your show?
What I was watching some stuff on IGN about this, and they said that maybe when you play a certain part in the game, you can unlock an episode.
Mm.
So it's not like they just give you all the episodes and then they give you the game. There's some sort of connection between them.
Now, is this a show that's on?
It's on television.
It's actually on television.
Well, okay. How I understood it. Now I could be wrong again, but how I understood it was the show, like the show will go. So like for example, I don't know if you noticed in the first Microsoft conference before E3, where like the one girl was like saying something really like creepy to that like one person being like you'll know or whatever, and then they went back in the car. Your game will like explore those unknown things from the show, and then because of the information, the background information that you have that maybe your character in the game doesn't, you will play the game differently based on watching the show.
That's kind of neat.
it's
is how I
actually on
understood it.
television though.
I heard, yeah, I believe it is on
Oh.
television.
Okay. I misunderstood everything.
I think I'm pretty sure that's
Well,
how it works.
They don't have a lot of details out yet. It's a fairly new game. They didn't show us any gameplay, but it looks pretty
My
cool.
understanding was like it's like kind of like your choose your own adventure book,
Mhm.
like one of those, but with a TV show.
I don't want it. I don't know why. I don't want to watch the TV show. I feel obligated at that point.
I'm
The
sure.
concept was cool. Though.
I'm sure there's some. I'm sure you can play the game separately.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like they were saying, like, because like think about it. If I were to go see the game 6 hours, I go and beat it all, and then like the show was like just starting to explore stuff. I'm like, oh, I already know kind of about this. Let's move along.
Yeah. Oh, and then Marty, you mentioned Rise, which was another Xbox One exclusive.
With a Y.
That's right. Yep.
And that's called like QuickTime Central.
A lot of
Everything.
quick time in that.
Yeah.
The way that they got questioned about that, and the way they explained it is you don't have to hit those buttons, but I guess it
I'm assuming that's just for like finishing kills. That's how I got the
but
vibe I got from
it looked like you just ran up to a guy and then a QuickTime event just
Yeah.
started. But apparently you don't have to hit those buttons. It's just optional if you want to do cool moves and stuff.
Yeah.
But
But then who doesn't
otherwise
wanna do
it's
that?
like a normal like hack and slash, I guess.
The battle looked terrifying.
Yeah.
It actually felt like a really cool battle when he walked in there. I also like the fact that you can like command your guys into like a little, like they all had their shields marching
That was
The
together.
fucking
300
awesome.
thing.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they would all throw their spears at the same time.
Yeah.
That's badass.
And you can use the Connect to call out those commands.
That's
oh
cool.
yes.
Yeah.
See?
So you can like form up into whatever that formation is called.
Foos. Better with Connect.
That was the best thing that came out for Connect was the voice controls, not
Yeah,
your
it's true.
body as the controller, but the voice controls. Before we use up too much time, let's move on to EA. Actually, let's get to the price.
Halo 5 too.
Well, that's just a given. There was a short trailer about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
New IP now.
The price.
the price. What do you guys think about the what was it, $4.99 price tag?
I've already pre-ordered mine, but no, I don't like the price.
But you you pre-ordered it, but you
Yeah.
don't like the price.
But it's an all-in-one device, Matthew.
With a lot of other boxes around it, as Ryan has texted me before.
Yeah, so I guess we'll get more into the price once we reveal the price of the PS4 if you don't already know it. But yeah, let's move on to EA.
I didn't watch this one, so I'm gonna need some enlightenment.
They've always been pretty boring, EA's conferences.
Now the problem with EA's conferences every year is if you're not into sports, you're gonna be bored as shit watching it.
And I don't think the sports gamers are the ones watching E3 either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least not a lot of them.
They're just too tough.
Exactly.
They're just too tough.
But I mean, they had some good stuff hidden in between the sports.
That's true, but I mean, it's kind of the same analogy with the first Microsoft conference where no one cared. It was like television, sports. Look at our sports package. Yeah, like no one who cares about sports is watching this.
But yeah, let's get to some of the new announcements that they had aside from sports. The first one they brought out, the very first game they showed, which was Plants vs Zombies.
Garden Warfare.
Garden Warfare. And the trailer they had for it was kind of like the Battlefield trailer. They had that kind of crackly, staticky
Yeah.
text and everything, and then they actually showed gameplay.
I was like, oh crap, they're really opening with Plants vs Zombies, and then I watched the trailer and like, holy shit, I want to buy that game.
Yeah.
Now, what is this? This isn't a normal Plants vs Zombies, is it?
It's not a tower defense.
Like we mentioned the other week, it's not Plants vs Zombies 2, which is being released. This is a completely different game. It is a third-person shooter.
It's almost like Team Fortress.
Yeah, it's very
I
cartoony.
can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
You go around and there's multiplayer, right? It showed
Yep.
them multiple people playing this. It kind of had tower defense elements to it. You could set up like
Turrets and stuff.
turrets, yeah. But you're just running around as a plant, and you're shooting your shit, and there's big bosses to fight.
Different types of plants you can play as. There's ones for long shots, ones for close range.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
So,
stuff.
the most thing I'm excited for, and I'm glad they showed this even though it was a teaser. Battlefront is returning.
Finally, good lord, like
As you may know, EA has acquired all the rights to the Star Wars games, and they're coming out strong with Battlefront. They really want to see that made.
and they did say, I did see an article where they said they didn't want to make Battlefield 4 Star Wars, so they're building it from the ground up.
And
Which is
and
good.
DICE is the
DICE.
developer on this, so they should be pretty good. Now, do you think they're gonna take it first person?
That was my just based on the trailer, I'd say so.
Yeah, and DICE is pretty good with first person shooters. So
Yeah.
I kind of hope they keep the option because you could always do first or third in the other two. But
you could do first.
yeah, you can go in the options and go to first person.
I don't remember that. That sounds
100%.
crazy. Well, what's really crazy is Battlefront skipped a whole generation of consoles.
Yeah, that's
It was
true.
on the PS2, remember?
Yeah,
and
it
the
was.
original Xbox.
Yep, that's true.
And they skipped 6 years since we had an official Battlefront game.
Yep,
That is crazy.
that is ridiculous.
And people still love it. People still remember it.
Battlefront 2 came out the year the Xbox 360 did.
Holy man.
Because I got that for Christmas as well as the 360. I remember that. In elementary school.
Oh, so wait, it did come out on this generation consoles.
No. It came out for Xbox One,
Yeah.
but I got it for Christmas as well as a 360.
Oh, okay.
Because I still had my Xbox set up too and everything
Yeah,
back
okay.
then, right? So,
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy. They had a couple PSP titles, which were actually pretty decent.
PSP?
Yeah, they were good. They were good games.
There's new PS. Oh, you mean for the Battlefront? I thought you meant like new at the conference for a sec.
No,
I was like, oh my god, they're going way back there. Like, come on.
It'd be awesome if someone showed off a PSP game.
Yeah, look at this guy's been developing for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah, what else do they have at EA?
Other games they showed off were the third Dragon Age. Are they
Yep.
calling it Dragon Age 3 or are they
It's
just
Dragon Age 3 Inquisition. Yeah.
Dragon Age Inquisition? They also showed off Need for Speed Rivals, which I called the name of even before they said it. I was like, oh shit, this better not be called Rivals.
It looks like a good game though. It looks
Like-
pretty cool.
Yeah. I was happy that they showed off a small little teaser for Mirror's Edge 2.
This boggles my mind that a game that didn't sell well, wasn't that great to play,
Oh, come on.
and
now.
people just wanted it more.
But the fans went nuts.
It is a great game.
It is not a great game.
Oh, come on.
The second one might be. It might be a fantastic game.
It's not going to be a fantastic game.
Hey, just play Infinite.
You know what, man? I
See-
ain't going to.
So yeah, was that the majority of EA's?
They also showed off Battlefield 4. That they showed off the multiplayer,
Yeah, and that's when they brought down that building.
Oh,
and it
God
was
damn, that was
frickin'
so
awesome.
good.
which is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for EA.
And then sports. They showed off the new Ignite engine and
We should talk about
ball
that.
handling. They got some
Talk
good
a
ball
lot about
handling animations.
yes.
Let's move on to Ubisoft. Notorious for their bad conferences. But exactly. But it was good this year.
Aisha Taylor was back.
Yep.
Or is it Tyler?
We'll get back to you on that.
What did they open up with?
Zombie U2, huh?
Oh, it was
No.
the Rocksmith.
That was a bit weird to open up with that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're making the second one in the first place.
Yeah. They're calling it Rocksmith 2014. It's called.
So annual releases now.
Gonna be annual releases. It looks like.
Good stuff, man.
And then they showed Blacklist. Splinter Cell.
Okay. I missed that. I don't think
I don't remember seeing that either.
Maybe we went downstairs and grabbed our
we were eating
our
Eastside
Eastside
Mario's
Marios.
at that time.
I
mentioned-
I definitely saw that.
Yeah.
They don't have the original Sam Fisher voice.
No.
So I don't want it now. That's the result.
Okay.
Aaron said the same.
That sucks. Marty, what else they got?
Rayman Legends. They showed that off.
Which should have been out.
should have been out for the Wii U already.
No, that's coming out for the Wii U.
But it's not coming out till August. This game's been done for like half a year now.
Yep.
Sitting there waiting. The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. Y'all remember this?
It was that really trying to be funny.
Yeah,
trailer.
it was it's a free to play game. Then The Crew.
The Crew.
The Crew. They showed off a pretty wacky trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the game that had the really awesome CG trailer of the car being assembled?
Yes.
That was awesome looking.
Yeah.
But they showed that you're kind of in a crew with like these 4 other people and you go around doing car-based objectives. Pretty badass looking actually.
And you can quite literally drive across the entire map of the USA. You can drive from the East Coast to the West Coast. It takes you about 3 hours apparently. And there's like hundreds of landmark sites you can go to. You can go to the Grand Canyon. You can go to the Vegas Strip. You can go see Los Angeles. It's crazy.
This is a driving game.
Yeah, it's a racing game.
Racing game.
Oh, okay.
And like random races, you can just join in and start racing with people,
Cool.
and you join the crew.
Open world racing.
Yeah.
The Forza 5 will kill it.
Well, it's not a racing sim. It's a
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Last year at E3, the whole thing, the game that made it worthwhile, I'd say, was Watch Dogs, and Ubisoft showed off another trailer for Watch Dogs. pretty weak looking.
I'm struggling with Watch Dogs now because when they first revealed it, I think we were all hyped up because it was new IP, and it did look good. But they haven't shown anything that makes me think, oh, this is really cool and new.
It looks like Grand Theft Auto with technology.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's when they did the one part where they're like, the cops are after you, or whatever in the PlayStation coverage, which we'll get to. But
It's also been a while now. It's like just come out already.
Yeah.
I'm sick of being
Yeah,
hyped about it.
We just want to play it. Stop showing us stuff about it. We just
Yeah.
want to play it.
I will be buying the special edition of that though.
Yeah, I think definitely. But
Then Rabbids Invasion, an interactive TV show.
next.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that one. Just Dance 2014.
Nice.
Fuck.
Also adding the year to the game instead of numbers now.
This is why Ubisoft doesn't have good sales, because they make Assassin's Creed and all this crap. Then it's like Just Dance.
Well, Just Dance is a big seller for them.
Okay, Just Dance is fine, but I mean like Rabbids. No one cares about that.
That also has TV interactivity.
Next.
Just thought of something. I'll mention it later. Don't forget that I have to mention to you guys something later.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah. They also showed off Black Flag, Assassin's Creed.
Did it freeze?
Yes, it froze up.
That was at Sony's conference, not at their
Oh,
own.
okay.
Oh, I thought it froze at both. Okay.
So they showed off gameplay for this one, right?
It froze at both. That's so sad.
Fuck, they're so bad at making.
I think they
games.
just showed a trailer, did they not?
Yeah, they just showed a trailer.
Yeah.
They also showed off 2 new trailers for Trials.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. And right at the very end there, they announced a new IP, The Division, which I was kind of got the same vibe from as Watch Dogs. I thought they were just showing another trailer for Watch Dogs.
I don't know if they planned that. If they're like, man, Watch Dogs was so good. Remember that?
Yeah.
Here's another thing.
Yeah, that was fucking cool though. The Division looks amazing.
Right off the bat, I knew it was Tom Clancy, just based on the HUD. And then they revealed it as Tom Clancy at the end. But what kind of set this apart was it was like a survival game, like co-op with 4 other people. I think they only had 3 in the trailer though.
Yeah, 3 plus the guy on the iPad.
Okay, yeah. Let's mention that real quick.
Okay.
What was he doing? Was there a turret on, or was he like a radar guy?
He was controlling a little helicopter, like a little
UAV
like mobile
thing.
helicopter,
Yeah.
and I guess you'll be able to shoot other people with that, and you can also point out the location of someone.
Yeah.
Because in the gameplay demo that they showed, the guy ran behind that billboard so you can't see him on the ground. He like shined like some lasers on the dude, and they could see him through the billboard, and they just start shooting through the billboard and kill him.
And on next to his gamer tag, it's a tablet. So he was controlling that little guy with a.
Yeah, and you can control this from wherever you have internet connection.
Yeah.
So you could be sitting at a cafe, your friends are like, "Man, we need some backup here," and you just boop, 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 and you're logged in, and you're
He was also chatting with them online. So
Yeah.
I guess yeah.
so you can look like a crazy person at Starbucks.
Get the fuck down, son. You know.
There was a lot of cool elements to it, but my favorite part was at the end when you realize that you're also playing with other people. It looked like they were getting like evac. They like shot a flare and they were sitting
Yeah.
there waiting, and then other human players came in to try to attack them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an MMO, I guess.
I actually
They're-
didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they're calling it like an RPG,
Yeah.
but with like online elements. And yeah, if you find good gear, you can evac to save it, so you don't lose it, right? So that's what they're doing. They found a good weapon. They're gonna evac and get out of there. But once you evac, it pings everyone's radar,
Holy crap.
even enemies, so they can all come running.
Holy shit, they're getting good gear.
Yeah, kill you and take your gear.
This is what
We should make a posse and just troll the shit out of people.
This is what I look forward to with the next gen. Crazy stuff like this. But that's actually one of my favorite things that were shown at E3 this year. And that's it for Ubisoft's press conference.
Okay. Let's move on to Sony. I will be back to get some water. So take it away, one of you.
Now, Matt, did you watch Sony's press conference?
I watched that one live. I thought it was fantastic. I don't know about your opinion on it.
Everyone's saying Sony killed it. My opinion's a little different. The reason for this is I don't think this press conference would have been that good if it wasn't for the Xbox One looking so bad.
But do you actually think this press conference was bad? I mean, like
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't
it's
bad.
Just, it wasn't up to my standards, I guess.
Okay, well let's All right, let's talk about some games. I guess that was in it.
They showed off another new trailer for Batman: Arkham Origins, a game that I've been excited for a while now. I'm a big fan of the Arkham games, and to get a new trailer, we also they showed off Bane alongside Deadpool and, or not Deadpool, sorry, Deathstroke and
Joker.
and the Joker.
A
Yes,
little bit of Joker action.
A younger looking Joker.
Yeah. Not diseased.
And you also heard the Joker's voice. It sounds like they're trying to mimic Mark Hamill's Joker. So
Sounded
there was
good,
that. They also showed a lot of indie games. They had a little
that was
indie
cool.
indie segment. I think it was like 8 indie games they were showing off.
Yeah.
Something
maybe.
like that.
There
Don't
was, like-
Starve was among them. That's good stuff.
It
Mhm.
just looked cool on stage because they had a screen for every game
Yeah.
and a guy sitting there demoing it.
Yeah.
AC. AC fucked it up. They fucked it up.
Well, we don't know who's to blame there.
Okay, now, I'll just explain what happened for people who didn't watch it. So basically, we hop in and it's going from black to like fading in. It already has this massive sound glitch, like just freaking out. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that.
That
no.
was loud. Like I had to turn down.
Was
my
that a
freaking
problem with your stream, or I don't
No,
remember
that was game. You could tell it was like it was like that. It was really loud, and then it kept going, and then it froze when he was like pushing the guy, and then he's like walking, it kept freezing. And then he goes and jumps off the thing, and then like Blackbeard or whatever comes and talks to him, and it completely freezes.
It
and
was
you're
so
just like-
sad.
And you're just like, way to go, Ubisoft. You've been using the same engine for all this time, and you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. You know.
Are they using a new engine now?
I don't think so.
They have your 3D foliage that you love.
Fuck yes. Oh my god, I saw him like going through the leaves, and I was like, that 3D vegetation purchased, done.
Even though it freezes up, apparently.
Well, I'll just move a leaf and be like, done, sold.
Oh, you just want it for the leaf.
Just the leaves.
They showed off a couple new trailers for games. They showed off the Order 1886
Now that
being
is
developed
fantastic.
by Santa Monica Studios.
Exclusive to PS4.
That's amazing, by the way.
You like that?
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking awesome.
4-player co-op, steampunk. I'm in. They also showed off new trailers for Killzone, Drive Club, and Infamous Second Son.
Drive Club is free if you get PSN Plus, which is amazing.
Which you have to get.
If you want to play online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Fair enough. I think at this point in the
But
game,
there's a lot of
fair enough.
benefits to getting PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I mean, normally you go buy a new console. Oh, I got to buy another game on top of that. Now you just buy the $60 PlayStation Plus, and you get a free game.
Or if you just want to pay $5, go ahead. Just for 1 month if you want
Oh,
to
yeah.
try it.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome, man.
enough.
Cool.
They also showed off a weird little thing for Quantic Dream. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was the sorcerer dude. I'm like, holy shit, this game's gonna be amazing.
and then right at the end of it, holy shit.
This guy's getting me pumped up, but then they kind of pulled back and revealed that it wasn't an actual game. I don't know what it is.
It was a tech demo.
It's a tech demo.
Yeah.
They used the same old dude.
That they showed the bust for.
Yeah, they showed his bust at the Sony press or
Sony reveal.
PS4.
In
What
February.
was that?
The PS4 reveal.
PS4 reveal.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of PS4 reveal, they actually revealed what the console will look like at this conference.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like two PS2s stacked on top of each other,
Xbox One in italics.
or
Yeah.
Xbox One in italics. They look pretty similar.
Mhm.
It's really bizarre. I don't know how that came about.
I think they're just supposed to look like a receiver box or something.
They also showed off a demo of Watch Dogs. Pretty cool demo, actually.
That
I
was
thought.
freaking amazing.
Yeah.
The tablet.
They had a tablet.
Again, the tablet came into play. Yeah.
But that was cool. Did any of you actually watch the interview after explaining the tablet?
Mm-mm.
So I'll explain this if you will. Basically, the developer and I think it was Game Trailers, I can't remember now, had an interview and they were saying that what happens is the tablet guy is like, you're like logged into the operating system that runs the city. So you can go around or whatever, and when you send up a beacon, it beacons out to all players who are just on the app, and they can go and do stuff. But that doesn't mean that you have to help them. You can go help them, you can screw them over, or you can just be in the operating system, and you can just screw people over randomly.
Oh, jeez. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, so you could just be driving, all of a sudden those things pop up. Boom.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. So
Now, but what's good to know is actually most people are pretty nice on video games.
Yeah.
DayZ will attest to that.
Another cool, interesting trailer they showed was Kingdom Hearts 3.
So many people went crazy for that.
I don't see it. I don't get it.
So there's just a fan base there.
It's cool concept, man.
It's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
And now Disney, since the last game, has acquired Pixar, so I'm getting some Toy Story action in there possibly,
Ayo.
and
So
possibly Star Wars.
and possibly Marvel. Get some superheroes in there.
Oh my goodness.
It's too much. All for this guy with a sword key.
Now I don't know if you guys are excited for this, but I was really wetting myself watching this. But a Mad Max game is coming out. Are you guys fans of the Mad Max movie series?
Never. No.
May I say next?
No, you cannot say next. I'm going to talk about this. I'd just like to mention that the Mad Max universe would be perfect for a video game. I noticed a lot of people thought like a Fallout game was coming based on the trailer. But,
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah,
Yeah.
seemed like that.
I suppose the biggest moment of the conference was when the Jack Tretton came out and announced that the PS4 will play used games.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Kind of just a big fu to Microsoft, essentially.
They knew it. They totally knew it.
Yeah, they knew they were stuffing Microsoft's nose in it.
They said it straight up. They said, you can sell you could trade in your games, you can give your games to friends, they can play them, you can play them whatever, and your console will not stop working after not checking in online for things.
Yeah.
And he said if you want to play single player games, then just do it.
And then the final big blow came was when they announced the cost of the PS4, 400 bones,
People were fucking screaming.
$100 less than the Xbox One.
And doesn't have those restrictions. But I want to just bring up a point. It's probably not worth bringing up, because I don't think any third-party publisher would do it. But any first-party published game on Sony's platform, PS4, will not have digital rights management. But
Right.
it's up to the third-party publishers to choose whether they want to do that or not. So you could still have a game on PS4 that can't be traded in. But that's only if the third-party publisher decides that.
And I don't think that'll even happen because you think here, we have Microsoft. There's an option, of course. It's good to mention.
Microsoft
because,
is enforcing it.
Yeah, Microsoft's enforcing it, but it's a Microsoft server
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. I don't think like another company is going to be like, okay, let's set up a server. Let's set up a server in EB Games so they can trade it in. Let's set up that's too
Well,
much.
no,
money.
what they could do is the activation codes.
See, I'm okay with online passes.
Not online passes, activation codes. You get your disc, you pop it in, you type in a code. That game can never be used again on any other system because you need a code. So if you give it to someone else, they put it in their system. They need to purchase a code off the store.
This scares me even in general.
I don't like giving all the power to the developers. I really don't like that.
But look, I don't think they're going to do it. They're not. I can't believe that they'd be that stupid after all this crap that come out about Microsoft that they would be like, okay, yeah, let's do the DRM
Even
thing.
EA dropped online passes.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I think they see that you can't screw up the system that's in place.
But Insomniac has passes.
Oh, do they?
Insomniac has passes. I can't play Resistance. Something else has Ubisoft has passes. Can't play Driver online. Fuck, it's terrible, man.
But after the big announcements of the big FU to Microsoft and the price point, the last thing they showed off was the gameplay for Destiny.
Now that was fantastic.
Super excited.
That was phenomenal.
And I'm glad I was at the Sony conference, not the Microsoft conference, because Bungie's really trying to get out there and be like, yeah, we're on all platforms now. Screw you, Microsoft.
Now I have a question here. Is it just me or most of these games on both Xbox and on PlayStation 4 were stuttering? Did you see the stuttering?
There was a lot of technical
Destiny
issues.
did, yeah.
Like stutter. Is that like a micro stutter? Like because there's two graphics cards going down? Like what like micro stuttering?
Oh, I didn't notice that, but like Destiny actually froze, just like this Assassin's Creed did.
Yeah, but Assassin's Creed was bad though. Like
No, but I don't know if you noticed, but right after the secondary player in Destiny came down and walked over to him, he turned right and he froze. The screen just froze for good maybe 3 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't see that.
It was kind of weird because it kind of looked like a picture took over. It wasn't like the game froze. It like jumped to like a picture. It was really weird, really weird.
Maybe they didn't have like a transition or something. That's weird. I don't know how the fuck.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, and the audience reacted to it too. If you listen,
Ah.
but otherwise, Destiny looked absolutely fantastic.
See, the problem is all these people are like, they have all these great communities within their own little development communities, but online everyone's gonna be like, it's an event. Okay, let's kill that Death Walker and then shoot the people down there so we can take their ammo.
Well, I guess if you're playing in a PvP zone,
Or if you're just playing online, because I'm gonna tell you right now, in the division, I'm gonna be sitting there waiting for someone to ping. I'm not even gonna play the game. I'm just gonna sit there wait for someone to ping, and I'm gonna freaking run over there and kill them. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blow up their chopper. I'm gonna steal their good.
see, this is what I've always wanted in a game is where you actually have like a structure, where you have a group of friends, and you do stuff by thinking about it and making choices and stuff. And that's kind of what Destiny and the Division are showing off.
That's
But
true.
I just hope that it actually fills my dream of that happening.
That's why this guy gotta play DZ if it ever gets launched.
That's why I'm trying to get you guys to all get the Division so we can all
I'm
go and take other people's gear.
I'm gonna freaking own someone. That's what I'm gonna freaking do. I'm gonna have an RPG. I'm gonna blow up their chopper.
I'm gonna take your guys' gear actually.
See this?
You can't. I don't think.
That's it. I'm hiding in a corner by myself.
I don't think you can kill your own teammates unless Murray.
I'm not gonna be your team.
Murray just
See?
goes rogue and just
I'm
goes.
gonna go rogue and just destroy Matt every time he goes online.
Fuck.
Sorry,
Pings.
I'm sorry.
Matt Lawrence is online. Fucking
Yeah, they'll
snipe.
send me a notification on my phone. Run over to my PS4 and
Or just launch an artillery strike on me with your little helicopter.
But yeah, Sony didn't f up.
Sony did not f up,
Sony messed.
That's all they had to do was to win was not f up.
Sony
They did
own
not
that
F up.
conference.
and it's showing too because there's huge dissatisfaction with Microsoft, huge satisfaction with Sony, and even the pre-order numbers are reflecting that. I was at EB Games recently, asked them, and 50 PS4 pre-orders so far. It's been like 3 days since the announcement, 3 or 4 days, and Xbox One 15. That's a 50 to 15 ratio.
Similar experience here. I went day one of pre-orders to actually pre-order both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and they said I was about. I think they said 10th to 13th. They didn't have an exact count, but they said about 10 to like something like that around there, for PS4, and I was the first person they saw for Xbox One.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so
That's so funny.
and it's worth mentioning if you guys are in Canada that it's only $50 from EB Games. Most online retailers want the full 500 or 400.
Really?
upfront.
So if you went like Best Buy or something?
Yeah, Best Buy sent me 2 emails because I'm a rewards member.
Yeah.
And they said they're like special stock, 24 hours, you get it reserved right now. So I go there, I go to checkout, $499.99.
Jesus.
And I was gonna do it. I almost did it because I just wanted those consoles.
Because I'm thinking over time until November, I'm gonna be like laying down more money on it, slowly paying it off. You know?
I'm throwing 100 every couple weeks or something,
Mhm.
just to kind of mitigate it a bit.
Yeah, because when you go pick it up, it's not just like, oh, here's the rest of my money.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
No, the next day on E3 was Nintendo Direct that
Yes.
Nintendo released.
I didn't watch this because I refused to.
Let's talk about this though. Do you think it was a good decision for Nintendo to forego an official conference at the time when they needed it most? What do you think? What do you think was going through Nintendo's heads when they decided to make the decision? And do you
Maybe
think it's a good decision?
Maybe they're like looking at who's dedicated, how many people are dedicated, and whether they should stay in the console game.
Well, maybe they should have made sure their stream worked. A lot of people could not get onto their stream because it just
Yeah.
didn't work for them.
Yeah, but I don't really expect much from Nintendo because they don't know what technology is and don't know what the internet is. Okay, I'm gonna throw this in there.
We're pretty brutal to poor Nintendo on this
you
show.
guys are. I like Nintendo.
I'm gonna throw this in there, and like this is Nintendo related. It's not related to the conference though. But on Animal Crossing New Leaf, okay,
The game you just bought.
Tim was playing with me. He's like, let's play ad hoc. So he comes over, and we connect via ad hoc. I think it's called whatever.
Yeah.
2 people, no internet.
Yep.
So we're playing online or playing via the 2 consoles only. Sorry, playing via the 2 consoles, no internet. So whatever. I go to talk to certain people. Sorry, but I can't do that because there's a visitor in your town right now. Why the fuck can't the owl analyze my fossil that I found? All he does is look at it and tell me what it is. But that's too much for the Nintendo 3DS.
Can't say I know what you're talking about.
I don't know
'cause
what you're talking
Okay,
about.
I'll give you a little background on the situation. All you do is, like in that game, you just mess around. You're living in a town, and you just do things for fun. It's like a bunch of Easter eggs, and you just talk to people. It's a social game more or less. So all I did was I found a friggin' fossil, and you go to the professor at the museum, and he analyzes it, tells you what it is. You can either sell it because it's gonna be worth a lot of money, or donate it. And if you donate a lot of stuff in the museum, you get special stuff. So it's long-term goal or quick cash out. So you go there, and I'm like, please analyze this fossil, and he says sorry, but but he does like a fake like sorry, but there's someone in your game, and I have to make sure they're taken care of first. Or when you dig a hole in the game, you normally just dig the hole, but when you're on someone else's game, it has to load. So your guy spins the shovel, then digs because he has to load that little like. Are you freaking kidding me? Moving on.
But what do you guys think about them actually not doing a conference?
I think that they're realizing defeat.
It was a little upsetting,
Mm-hmm.
just because, that's our Super Bowl. It would have been nice for them to show up for it.
And I think it's kind of it's
Also,
almost
it
like
was at 7 a.m.
yeah.
Their Nintendo Direct was streamed.
I also think it's kind of like they almost said, okay, Microsoft and Sony, you guys won. We're gonna do our own thing over here.
Yeah,
See you later.
I like these Nintendo Direct videos though.
Mm-hmm.
That they come out once a month. So I'm always looking forward to
But
the
what's
next
also
one.
ridiculous is they didn't let any of the media stream it for them.
They streamed it themselves.
They streamed it themselves. No one knew where to go. Apparently, all the places like IGN, Game Trailers, were getting tweets and stuff saying, "Where do I go for this damn stream?"
Yeah.
And no one knew it was on Nintendo's own website. You go to Nintendo's website, it doesn't work.
Mine worked. It's just my internet sucks.
Mine didn't work.
Oh.
Mine loaded a bit. I was like, doot, 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 and it was dead.
But you mentioned the media. I forgot to mention that Xbox skipped their roundtable
Yep.
post E3 show.
Yep.
I just forgot to mention that.
Jeff Keighley's interview with Don Matrick was
Scary.
recorded pre E3
Yeah.
or pre
A
their
lot
conference.
of those interviews were not like live. It was weird.
It's
They went with Jack Tretton.
Hmm?
He did one with Jack Tretton.
Jack
as well?
Tretton was live, and because Jack Tretton's awesome.
See?
But back to Nintendo Directs. Pokemon X and Y got a release date,
Mm-hmm.
October 12th, and they showed off a new type of Pokemon, which that hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah.
Fairy type. My problem with this is that it's strong against Dragon, but whatever. They also announced the new Super Mario 3D World, and my problem with this is how do you beat Galaxy 2? You're in the Galaxy now. You're coming back to just standard. Super
Oh
Mario
yeah,
World.
and apparently it looked pretty disappointing watching the trailer for it.
Yeah.
But once you get playing it, it's pretty fun. This is
Yeah.
the one with the cat suit, right?
Yeah, the cat suit.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about this was Mario Kart 8 though,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not a fan of the newest Mario Karts. Double Dash is still my favorite, which came out on the GameCube way back when.
Jeez.
But this Mario Kart 8, they're calling it, looks phenomenal. Some new life being breathed.
See, this is so crazy. They had a lot of good games to show off.
Yeah,
Why didn't they do a conference? I mean, it's ridiculous.
it's odd, but
They could have came out and just blown it away. Like, here's all these new games that you wanted.
Yeah.
You know?
It seems Super Smash Bros. Right? They announced that.
new Super Smash Bros. Character, Mega Man, which is surprising.
People are going crazy over that.
You know how much people love
I didn't
Mega
know
Man?
how much people love Mega Man.
People love Mega Man, considering that there's not been a lot of Mega Man action
Yeah.
in recent years. This is as close as they're getting to new Mega Man. They also announced a lot of third-party games that'll be coming to the Wii U, such as Assassin's Creed 4, Batman Arkham Origins.
And none of which are good.
What? Arkham Origins?
They're gonna port it. It's gonna be like, hey, look, it's now
I'm gonna
like
punch you in the.
it's
groin.
now like 480p.
You can't mention Batman in a negative way.
Even on the Wii U.
Yeah. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist, Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs on the Wii U.
That's going to be interesting to see how Watch Dogs looks
Uses
on the
the
Wii U.
tablet.
It's gonna look terrible though.
I'm excited for use of the gamepad for that though.
Yeah, but this will prove if the Wii U is next gen console.
Wii U is not next gen console.
I'm just saying, if it looks like PS3 quality and not PS4 quality Watch Dogs, then
They also mentioned Rayman.
Might be up for a little bit of trading in, so I can buy my Xbox at the same price.
yeah,
as my
maybe
PS4.
go trade in your Wii U. Can I get a PS4, please?
Yep, pretty much.
They also talked a little bit about Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, the HD remake. And a game that I'm excited for was Nintendo's new IP, The Wonderful 101.
About time they came with a new IP.
Yeah. Looks great, too, by the way. People were really upset about Donkey Kong Country. Not because of the looks of it, just because it's the same developers as Metroid, and that they're not making a Metroid game. People were pretty upset about that.
No one cares about Metroid.
What? Are you
Just
kidding
said
me?
it.
Metroid is some of the people's most favorite characters.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like Nintendo.
Yeah.
I've lost.
You didn't have to tell me that now.
I had very little liking for Nintendo, and now it's all gone.
It's
I
all
have
yeah.
no
I've
liking.
lost all respect. Other than no, actually, you know what? They didn't even make Zombie U, so I have no respect.
They also I forgot to mention that the Wii Fit trainer is also a character in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
As long as the villager from Animal Crossing.
Yes. Now that's funny.
That's
good.
awesome, man.
That's actually amazing.
He's so creepy looking.
So wait, they added 3 new characters?
Yeah.
That's a huge deal. Holy
And they
crap.
also showed off the gameplay for the 3DS. It's
Yeah.
got like a cell shaded look. I'm a big fan of cell shaded graphics. I don't know about y'all.
It's all right. I'm impartial to it, but it's being used too much, I think.
Someone was saying that maybe it was to help with the frame rate on the 3D. 3DS.
Obviously.
That's sad. Then.
Remember Real Steel? Or not, Red Steel 2?
Yeah, yeah.
That was awesome. Cell
That was
shaded.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That was an amazing game.
That's Nintendo for
That
you.
was Wii.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, all right. Right now, I'm sorry, but I want to jump in here. Top 3 games on a Nintendo console. Each of us go. Let's do it.
Do you guys like Nintendo?
If any Nintendo console ever,
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a Nintendo game.
That's a crazy question. Hang on.
See, here we go.
I can't.
I
I'm gonna say right now, I can't officially answer that
you can't
because
have
I didn't grow up on Nintendo,
Here did I.
which probably why I hate them. Not I hate them. That's strong. Why I dislike them.
On any console?
Any console. Go.
I'm just gonna go with Wii ones right off the bat because it's recent. Metroid Prime 3, Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, and Super Mario Galaxy 2. But if I was gonna go any console, Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube, GoldenEye N64, all the N64 games.
Zombie U, Perfect Dark on N64, and GoldenEye. I bought that shit at the yard sale, 50 cents.
Yeah, we went yard sailing and Matt found
I picked up
Perfect Dark.
three N64 games. We were driving by, and we were driving by. And he's like, I don't see any games. I'm like, those are N64 games. We go up to the desk.
All right, these we were by the road driving by. These games were like 30 feet away, stacked on top of each other, near the entrance of the garage. They weren't even out on the lawn; they were in the garage. And Matt somehow saw these games.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
was
good
like,
find, though.
games right there.
Wow.
$1.50 for all 3 of them.
Yeah, it says Perfect Dark, the original. Freaking, what else I get?
You got a Star Wars game, Rogue Squadron.
Rogue
2?
Squadron.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see,
Our
and
first one.
Hexen, which was kind of weird.
I don't know what that game
For
is.
$1.50, whatever.
Do they work? Have you tried them out?
I haven't tried them out because
Oh.
I don't really have anything that really shows the N64 too good.
Oh, okay.
You have your old TV.
Yeah, but I don't remember where to put it. Like the N64, where's it gonna sit?
There is a lot of stuff.
Just
in your
temporarily plug it in. You're not gonna be playing it forever.
basement. Drill it into the wall.
I have a temporary slot that I have specifically destined for like temporary things, and my PS2's been there for 2 years.
Have you touched it?
Yes,
Oh.
I beat Robin Hood.
But, don't you have one of the original PS3s?
I do.
So why can't you play backwards?
I lost my memory card adapter.
Okay.
But that's it for conferences. How much? You watched a lot of the coverage, just apart from the conferences, right?
Yeah.
You watched a lot of interviews and the other side stuff that they showed.
Yeah.
How was that?
Pretty cool because the developers kind of go around and show off more of their closer in depth, and they actually talk over their gameplay or cinematic trailers and
The
stuff.
commentary, essentially.
Yeah, and so it's kind of cool to give you a lot of background stuff. And as of right now, the game's looking pretty good. They don't have a lot of details yet on most games because they're either like very early in development, and so they don't want to give away a lot of their stuff right now because it is new generation. They haven't had these dev kits for long. They're all working on these dev kits, and so not actual commercial Xbox Ones or PS4s. But yeah, it's been a pretty good, interesting E3. It's gonna be hard to top this year. I don't think because we might not see new consoles and E3 at all.
If we get a lot of new IPs or something in the following years, be good.
Okay, some trends that I noticed about E3. Open world, everything.
Everything's open world.
Everything looked open world. A lot of usage of like the tablets,
Mhm.
smartphones, and a couple games had a real time clock.
Okay.
MGS showed that off. Also, one other game, Dead Rising. Did they say it was
I don't
Oh,
hear
they
that
said
was-
realistic. Well,
realistic but not real time?
I know that MGS said realistic, so I think it's just like it takes a while.
Yeah, it's like maybe. Yeah,
If it was Animal Crossing, like everyone would just be playing at night all the time.
yeah.
Be a freaking disaster.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the lot of trends this year, and I guess what they think is really next gen is using your tablet device, not so much the consoles themselves, but it's like next gen's really using your tablet and the cloud saves and the internet.
You have to think though, one thing: the tablets, how they did it is not intrusive and it's cool.
I think so. Yeah.
That's freaking like the Watch Dogs thing is freaking awesome.
I'm actually happy that I have a tablet because I'm excited. I want to try out the tablet. I want to get in there and stuff.
I only have
And-
5, so I'm ready to go.
And I'll probably be playing the Division or Watch Dogs, helping out people and stuff. I think that'd be
Yeah, it's
really
awesome
cool.
because you just sitting on your couch or whatever and be like, holy
Yep.
crap, this person needs help.
Okay, so let's go over Microsoft. Out of 10, what would you give them, Marty?
Conference or like just as a company because they did interviews and stuff.
Conference.
Conference only.
company.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. They brought it with games actually.
Mm-hmm.
They were firing off games rapidly, like trailer after trailer. So I liked that. I'm gonna give it an 8.
An 8. Okay, even with the price
Even with the price
and the stupid decisions.
and
I guess they didn't really talk about the stupid
decisions weren't there. That was other conference.
Yeah.
but just the sheer number of games and the enjoyment I had of watching the trailers.
So an 8. Okay.
yeah,
Cool, Matt.
I'm not gonna
Uh,
buy an Xbox One day one. Don't get me wrong.
I was gonna say 4, but I'll give it a 5 because
God.
I'll give it a 5 because it's the next water cooler.
There you go.
Okay, that's a pretty low number actually.
And would you like some reasoning? behind
Yeah,
this?
sure.
No audio for that dragon game, whatever that was, which I would have
We'll-
liked to know what
We'll
it
never
was.
know.
There was a bunch of tech issues though throughout E E3.
They screwed up. No, but they royally fucked up like Battlefield. They royally fucked it.
Royally?
We were like, then they were like, "Don't worry, you'll see it." Are we continuing? And then like, remember? Did you see that? He like
Yeah.
walks back awkwardly.
Yeah.
And, oh no, I'm fine. You stand there. It's like, okay,
Who-
please.
Which conference had the mic on like throughout the entire thing? Was that Ubisoft or Sony?
That was Ubisoft, I think.
They just had a random mic on and you could hear people talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
like the guy walked off, and here's the next game, and then he walks up.
You could hear like
Yeah.
him mumbling.
Yeah.
underneath.
the production guys. Who the fuck's got that
Yeah.
microphone on?
And it went on for like the next 2 trailers or something. It's so ridiculous. And I'll give Microsoft a 7.
7.
Yeah. The price was probably bringing it down a
It
bit.
was a fun conference though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it
Yeah.
because I was like, oh man, it's good E3.
Scary, scary ass price.
Don Matrix bothers me.
Yeah, he's creepy.
He
He's
like
really
shows up and he's
creepy.
like, Call of Duty. Like,
That was a pretty good impression, actually. But he seems like the guy who pulls up in the van and is like, "Come here, kids, I got an Xbox for you." You know, he just creeps me up. Okay, let's go do EA out of 10, Marty.
EA, the sports really brings it. Actually, I'm gonna give Xbox a 7.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought about it a little bit more. But EA,
That's what
this-
Microsoft doesn't want you to do. Think
Yeah.
about their consoles.
I think the first thing I thought after Microsoft's conference was, "Hey, these games look awesome, but it's not gonna make me forget which console they're on."
Exactly.
But EA, the sports really brought it down for me, so I'm gonna give it a 6. Because I don't care about sports games really.
Yeah. Okay, Matt.
I'm with Marty, and it's got to be for the same reason.
Mhm.
Mirror's Edge 2 though. Holy poop.
Okay, for that, let's get a 5. I don't like Mirror's Edge.
Oh, jeez.
It's down she goes. It's
So-
unfortunate.
Also,
Okay.
Garden Warfare.
I'm gonna give it a. Let's see. I was really bored during their conference, so I'm gonna say a 5.
There it
I'm
is.
gonna say 5.
Showed
Ew.
a couple cool games, but it was just not very.
And even with the
entertaining.
sports games, if they showed off gameplay, I think I'd be more interested.
They should have just did a booth.
But they just showed off,
Here's our engine. Look how awesome the ball moves.
Yeah.
Ignite.
and they showed up like cinematic in-game footage.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, thank you.
It's the last sports game you'll ever need.
And they've had UFC for quite a while. I'm surprised they didn't show off any gameplay of that.
Dana White, the president of UFC, came out. It's the best UFC game ever. I'm like, show me.
Yeah, exactly.
Prove it.
Yeah. Let's move on to Ubisoft. Marty?
I need some time to think about this one. Go ahead,
Okay,
Matt.
go ahead, Matt.
I'm gonna go with a solid 6.
That's pretty low for Ubisoft.
Due to the Rayman like raving rabbids or whatever the heck it is.
No, it wasn't Rayman. It was
Rabbids.
completely just
Rabbids. And yeah, I think that really
That brought it down 4 points.
That brought down 4
The
points.
Rabbids thing.
Okay. I'm gonna say 7.
Well, don't let me influence your decision.
6. It's 6. I'm sorry. It is a 6.
You see how you like boosting him up 1 point there?
It is a 6.
He bullied you into going to 7.
Yeah, I know. It is a 6. I got it.
I'm
gotta
pretty
say
sure
it.
it's a 7, Matt. You should.
I
stick with
no,
7.
it's say it like it is, Marty. Okay.
I'm
Jeez.
I'm gonna give them an 8.
An 8.
Jesus.
You liked it.
I've always liked Ubisoft. They're Canadian, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Cool French. Did
Mhm.
you like the Robot Man? His French accent. I don't know if they had like a weird filter on his mic or something, but his French accent turned into a male Siri.
Please,
auto-tuned?
please go look up the French, the robot man.
I don't remember his name, but
So good.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
It was so perfect.
I'm gonna give it a
Here is our
7.
next game.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. That's
man.
exactly what it was like. It was
Oh.
freaking bizarre.
But yeah, would I say 8?
Yeah,
Okay, what do you want to give him, Marty?
I'm gonna give it a 7 also because the Division looked phenomenal.
Also, you're the only one who gave it 7.
What?
You're the only one who gave it a 7.
Yeah.
You said also,
No, did I?
or did
Yes.
you give something else 7?
I gave something else a 7.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Okay, 7.
Division.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. And Sony.
8.5.
10.
What?
10. They did nothing wrong. The only 10 person that
Assassin's
fucked it up
Creed
was,
freezing
was,
up?
was Ubisoft, and that's why they get a 6.
What about Assassin's Creed freezing up?
That was Ubisoft. That's why they get a 6.
Oh, back at their conference, they get a 6.
They get a
because of
6
what
because they
happened.
fucked it up
at
because they
Sony's
didn't show gameplay at their own conference.
And what about Destiny freezing up?
That was I didn't even notice it, so
No.
it's mitigated.
I thought you noticed them dropping frames or something.
I noticed micro stuttering.
I'm gonna give them a 9.
9.
Fantastic price. Everything I love. PS Plus is getting more support.
Jack Tretton's in the new age.
Jack Trenton's in the new age.
See him like waddling out there and freaking talking to the new age.
They just blare it too.
Yeah,
They did it twice, right? The
Yeah.
first time he came
I know.
out.
every time he
back.
came out. Every time he came out.
Oh.
And Nintendo. Now they didn't really have a conference, so they're Nintendo Direct. But me and Matt did not watch it,
Okay.
so this is all you, Marty.
I'm gonna give it a 7 also. I mean, this was Nintendo's opportunity to revive themselves and really blow us away with some games, and they didn't really. A new Zelda would have pushed it over the top. A new Metroid would have just flipped everybody out. That would have been, but more or less the same thing that Nintendo's always been doing. So I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay, so that's all the big conferences. Now let's go over the actual consoles themselves. Adriana was nice enough to send us a pretty cool little chart that we can go over here. So price, I think we all think Sony won on that price. Hardware, Matt, you can tell us more about this. The Xbox is using an AMD Jaguar X86, which is an 8-core. What do you know about that?
Basically, AMD, definitely just a fanboy, more or less from me. X86, so that's basically the instruction set. That's great for developers because it's on PCs, so it's easier to code for, as well as probably easier to port as well, I'd imagine. between PCs and that. So we'll see probably better PC games since most games are catered toward consoles.
Okay. And they both have 8 gigabytes of RAM, but Xbox is using DDR3, while Sony is using DDR5.
Oh, GDR, yeah. So basically, the PlayStation wins by a little bit.
Well, let me add this because apparently, according to the Xbox, it's using 5 gigabytes for gaming and 3 gigabytes for the OS. Now, this is unconfirmed for Sony, but apparently 7 gigabytes for gaming and 1 gigabyte for the OS. Now, does that change anything?
That will change. Okay, assuming both are correct, you basically can multitask better on the PlayStation. However, I didn't really see much multitasking. The only thing I
But
could
there's a
think
lot
of,
going on. There's the constant recording of your
that's
game.
what to say. The recording will
Yeah.
probably go a lot smoother, less crashes, stuff like that, quicker saves, quicker loading. With the PlayStation though, that 1 gig could be like just for the OS, and we don't know whether that 1 gig used could be just for the OS and not for the recording and everything like that. Because I'm willing to guess it's more than a gig used up by all the stuff that's happening.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if this is confirmed or not because I didn't hear anything about this, but apparently they'll both have 500 gigabyte hard drives, which seems relatively tiny to me. 500 gigs is nothing nowadays.
Especially if you're going to push digital gaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I have a 120 on my MI360 right now, and I still have 67 left.
But you got to remember, we're moving into that digital age. All these games installs are required.
True.
And then they're going to be bigger because
games
these
are getting
games are going to be full 1080, 60 frames.
Assuming these consoles can read something better than FAT32 file system is a maximum single file size is 4 gigabytes. Games are usually fragmented into a bunch of different files and stuff, so it usually isn't a problem, but sometimes it is, especially when dealing with video because it's one block file. But anyway, as long as assuming they either split up their game enough so that FAT32 can be used like with the current consoles, or they're allowed to use a different file system, you can buy and assemble like an external hard drive with an enclosure, like 2 terabytes for like $200. Now that sounds like a lot, but 2 terabytes additional to the 500 gigs, you're probably going to be good for the 500 gigs for at least a year or more.
Yeah. And on the Xbox One, you can't change the hard drive.
PS4 is upgradable.
PS4, you can change the internal hard drive.
God damn it. Okay, well there you go. Then you're going to save money with PlayStation.
Yeah. Okay, so both support 1080p gaming and 4K output. I imagine that's just for 4K Blu-rays. I don't think they can handle 4K gaming. Right? I don't think they're powerful enough.
I would say with the clouding, as well as developers, or rather as the platforms mature, developers can probably get it to work. Because think about it, we were Xbox 360 came with the standard cables for the old 4x3 standard definition TVs back in the day.
If these consoles don't ship with an HDMI cable, it'll be the worst thing ever.
I think Sony will, and I think Xbox won't.
Let me bring up a list. They actually have a list of what's coming packaged in the PS4.
Oh, okay, cool. But as you look that up, controllers, they both got new controllers. Can't really comment much on that because we don't know too much.
I get a special one because I pre-ordered the Xbox One.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, and I got an achievement.
Networking, all your basic networking.
Did you say PS1?
I said Xbox One.
You said PS1.
Xbox One.
Okay.
Clarification.
All right, you go. Did I derail your train of thought?
You did. Oh,
Me?
No.
No, I'm just looking through this chart that Adrian says. But yeah, networking is all basically what you expect.
It's all wired and wireless, correct? On both or no?
Yes.
Okay.
802.11n on both systems, I believe. You need Xbox Live and you need PlayStation Plus to play online gaming. Cloud saves, kind of cool. I think cloud's going to play a big part in the new generation.
I use that on 360 right now, so.
Cross game chat on both consoles, so we're finally gonna see cross game chat on a Sony system.
We see it on Vita.
That's not the Vita. And gameplay record, which will be fun. I think that'll be really cool.
That'd be really cool because Aaron has some funny experiences.
Yeah, I
Share
think
with
he plays a lot, so he probably has a higher percentage of crazy things that happen to him. So
Not a lot of that was shown off at E3 at all. I think the only thing that showed off was the Killer Instinct game. They recorded that, the finishing fight move, and they put
I
it
didn't like
online.
that. That was kind of stupid.
a lot of people have been waiting for that game, though.
I didn't like the DVR or the game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, wow.
Well, sorry, I didn't like the editing. That may have been just set up, but it was really stupid, in my opinion.
So yeah, that's basically the quick comparison between the two. And I just received my complimentary cartel coins for SOTOR.
There you go.
Says my email, which is pretty cool.
All right, I got what you're getting once you buy the PS4.
Okay, cool.
So packaged in with the PS4, you get the console, of course.
Awesome.
You get a DualShock 4 controller.
Just what I wanted.
You get a mono headset.
Well,
Holy
eight-
shit! Sorry, I got pretty excited with the headset. Holy shit! Yes.
You want to see what it looks like?
It's just a string.
Is it wired?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you can just use any old headset to plug into this controller too.
That'd be great. Cause
That's good, man. I love
That's just
wired
smart,
headsets.
And it comes packaged with 3 cables. The first is the AC power.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm getting a little-
Second is the USB cable to charge the DualShock 4 controller.
Is it only a foot long?
I hope not.
Friggin'
That's so-
buggers. Friggin' pay $60 for friggin' braided cable so I can sit down and actually charge my
I know, yeah.
controller. Fucking
And the third is an HDMI cable.
there it
Finally.
is.
I hate the fact that they're like PS3, HD gaming, full 1080p. Watch your Blu-rays. Here's a standard definition cable.
And they don't
even
give you
Blu-ray,
they
even
don't even
Blu-rays
have the
ship with.
composite ones.
Ah, it's so terrible. God. All right. Well,
I don't own one for my PS3.
I think we'll wrap things up. And the last thing we'll go through is what was your game of the show of E3
We only
2013?
we only get to pick one.
You get to pick one, and no being I really like this, but then I wanted to choose this. You just gotta pick one.
Oh,
Okay, I
are
gotta
you
I gotta
doing to me,
like
man?
I gotta like think about this. Like I
I'll
gotta
give you guys time to think, but I already know my answer.
do
The
it up.
Division. It was great. It's fantastic. I can't wait. I hope it works out how I want it to be, but it probably won't. And I'll probably be really disappointed, and I'll probably be playing it alone by myself. And that's how it's gonna go.
I'll friggin' play that game.
So if you're getting it for PS4, we're
Yes.
doing it. I think Aaron's getting a PS4 because, first of all, he doesn't like the price, and he doesn't like the Xbox One.
The only person I'm getting for Xbox, the only thing I'm getting Xbox One for is Forza, and that's only play with Nathan more or less.
not Dead
Okay.
Rising 3.
Dead Rising 3, but that isn't my game.
But my game goes to the Division.
Fair enough.
Can't wait.
Marty,
I'm gonna have to give it to the Division also.
Yeah,
I was
God
really
damn.
excited sitting there watching that, and I'm actually a big Tom Clancy fan.
Marty knows what he's talking about.
I
Matt, what's your decision?
gotta go with the Watch Dogs, man.
Oh, really?
I gotta go with the Watch Dogs.
I thought it was a pretty weak showing.
The tablet thing was freaking cool though. I didn't like how you're running away from the cops or whatever, and it was like okay, I can do that in every other game. But the thing with the tablet really got me, and the fact that you can hack things when you're like playing on the tablet and stuff to screw people over. That's really cool. And I think like even in the interview, he kept saying there's a lot more I can't say, and the fact that I was impressed with what he already has, definitely my game of the show.
All right, I want to do a category now.
Oh, go ahead.
Worst game shown at E3.
Oh.
That's maybe not just worst, but something you were really disappointed by.
Does it have to be at the conferences, or can it be like just at E3 in general?
General, I guess.
I guess in general.
Okay.
I'm not going first.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this one as well because I didn't see anything that was that bad. That was like, oh, ooh, that was weird looking. Yeah, exactly. Aside from the odd game like Rabbids, which I know a lot of people like that game, or those characters or whatever. But
That'd be cool if I had a
so
kid.
I'm not gonna say that's bad just because I didn't like it.
Okay, that's kind of a hard category then.
Well, no, I mean it's fine, but just
We should shoot. Yeah, we should.
I can't
really,
say anything was bad at E3 this year, except for the sports stuff. But again, I'm biased because I don't like sports.
I think you're open to that opinion because you're technically giving your opinion. So if I was gonna say
Rocksmith.
thing
That was the
Okay, there you go, Rocksmith. The music genre, the music gaming genre died. like,
yeah,
a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like Rock Band 3 was it. That was the last one.
and even that was rough.
There was no Rock Band 2,
No.
certainly.
I know my answer. I don't know the title of the game. I'll describe it because I didn't. It was so bad I didn't care. You play as a ghost that investigates your own murder, and there's like enemy ghosts. And you have to plan ahead and be real cool and stuff. And I don't know. I wasn't like fully paying attention, but there was a really weird part in the interview where he was like describing the guy which had died as a ghost, and he's saying, oh, he's a detective and all this stuff, and I didn't see a badge on him. And then he's like, and he had like a serious temper problem. And then all of a sudden, a living detective shows up to the crime scene and punches a guy. And I'm like, wait, who are you playing as now? Because he described the guy that was living, but he was actually apparently describing the guy that was dead.
I
And I
don't
was
remember this game that you're talking about.
It was it was the second last showing from IGN. It was live.
Oh, okay. I'll check that out tonight then.
But yeah, that's definitely a no go, if you will. It's like one of those games where they're like, oh, it's a super new IP that's super innovative, and I'm like, well, it's innovatively stupid. Like, I don't gotta freaking run around as a ghost.
I'm gonna go with Need for Speed Rivals.
Really?
Damn it, I should have
Holy.
did that.
I really don't
Fuck.
care about this game. You can change yours if you.
No, I'm not going to.
But there was so many racing games at E3 this year. They could have used the same trailer for all of them. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And Need for Speed really needs to change what they're doing because I'm not digging it.
And what's up with
The Need for Speed movie.
Okay, wait. I want to change mine to that.
The movie?
Yeah, that did not need to be shown at E3.
I know.
This is a game convention.
And it's certainly not going to change the reputation that video game movies have.
Hey man, freaking Need for Speed. Ugh.
Also, Ghost Recon being made by Michael Bay. That's not going to be changing people's opinions on video game movies.
Does Michael Bay know he's a joke?
No, he thinks he's awesome.
Watch it be a pretty damn good movie.
I hope so.
Hey man, Transformer movies were good.
No, they weren't.
They were.
The
No.
first one was mediocre at best.
If I see it on TV, I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna sit down and download it on iTunes and then
I have it on
watch
Blu-ray.
it on my iPad.
You have it on Blu-ray?
I have it on Blu-ray.
Did you pay for that?
I did.
How much?
$10.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad, yeah. But that was E3.
That was E3.
I would like to explore a philosophical corner, if you will.
No.
No, not if you will.
I will. I'm gonna. Your favorite feature. So out of any game, like which game had the best tablet integration, or like did you like the open worldness of something, or like what's your favorite out of any game, whatever? You can just say like
I already know what mine is.
you already know where yours is.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Marty.
It was a big wow moment for me at E3, but when they showed off in Battlefield 4 taking down the building.
That was fucking.
I mean,
awesome.
they took the elevator up to the top of the building. They fought over a flag, and then they blew it up and they jumped out the window with parachutes, and the whole 60-foot tall building just collapsed.
So now, if I'm not mistaken, when they're on top of that building, there were some tanks shooting at the base of the building trying to bring it down. And did they use a tablet there as well to call in an airstrike on the tanks or artillery?
Yeah, it was commander mode, I believe.
So that was really cool as well.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
What just an awesome gameplay trailer!
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
nuts.
And
But yeah,
again-
bringing down that building was the moment for me.
And again, this has to do with that squad-based thing that I really like. I really want to work in a team kind of online, but
I almost want to start a clan again because of all this stuff.
let's do it.
Like,
I
I'll
wanna
do
go
it up.
play it right now, but I can't.
And you didn't join Aaron's clan on Call of Duty because you didn't get Elite.
There's a clan for Aaron. I'm not gonna join Aaron's clan.
No, you got to join Aaron's
I
clan.
don't know how to. I don't know what. I don't know how to.
Elite is free now.
I don't
It's
know how to
nothing-
play Elite.
You don't play Elite.
How do I use it?
You download it.
Where?
You pay for it.
I don't know where, actually. I
See?
don't know where you get it.
Okay, yo, put it this way. I am so messed with tiles that I have to get someone to instruct me how to download something if it's not on the featured page.
Well, you'll be excited for Xbox One. You can just ask.
Xbox, Jesus Christ, help me. But my favorite feature, tablet Watch Dogs, Endgame. That was freaking awesome.
You really like that?
Fuck. The fact that the whole city is run by an operating system, you can like peg up those things.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. What about you, Ryan Johnson?
I'm gonna have to go with the tablet functionality of all the games they showed it with.
That's true.
Maybe they didn't use it differently in every game, but it's just a cool feature that I think is gonna really be a different kind of way to interact with your game.
It's cool and non-intrusive, which is the best.
I do have one problem though. Am I gonna have like 20 apps on my iPad for different games?
I think it's going to be Smart Glass or like I think they already showed like there's like PlayStation Mobile.
Yeah, that's coming out.
So
Yeah,
it'll be PlayStation Mobile and under there'll be like games.
because that'd be a lot easier. Because with Halo, when Marty was playing Halo Reach, I think it was at my house.
4.
Huh?
4.
Was it 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, 4, I guess. And I brought up Smart Glass, and it automatically launched over into the Halo waypoint or whatever it's
That's
called.
pretty cool.
So it does it automatically. It connects to your Xbox. It sees you're playing that game.
But how am I going to do that if I'm in an internet cafe?
That's a different story, right?
Unless it's going to like WOL or something.
Hmm.
Like on LAN, sorry. Because the PlayStation's always on standby, for example.
Yeah.
So the internet goes in, it just goes, holy crap, and then it sends it to your console. That'd be cool.
Well, so yeah, I think it was a good E3 this year. Can't wait till next year, actually.
And we thought E3
can't
was
wait for
going
the
to
consoles
die.
to come out. I think E3 is pretty strong. I think
E3's going good.
the big developers and Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo, I think they recognize that E3 is still what people look forward to every year. And then you're right, it is our Super Bowl. It's
Yeah. Open it back up to the public, damn it.
I don't know. What are we gonna do there? Try all the games?
I think we
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play all those damn games.
I think we need to have the conferences closed and then the expo open.
Them just have the show floor open.
Yeah, that I
Check
agree
out
with
the
that.
booths.
I agree that the conference shouldn't be super crowded. The conference would get freaking ridiculous.
That should
and
be
then the
like a
press
meet-
wouldn't be able to get in because they'd be
exactly.
too many people in.
And too
Yeah.
much Wi-Fi. Apple.
Oh,
Sorry.
it went down again at last WWDC.
Damn it.
And Gadget was reporting. They're like, "Oh man, we all got in here and the Wi-Fi went down." But yeah, thanks for listening. Remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check out our website, dayonepatch.ca, if it's working.
Oh, I fixed it. Don't worry.
And we might have an article coming up soon, our very first article.
Yeah, I have an article. It's done. Someone wrote it up. I just gotta put it up there.
So yeah, I think look for more articles coming up soon. I hope.
I'm doing a philosophical corner one.
Okay, Matt's coined this philosophical corner. But yeah, we'll see you next week. I don't think a lot's happening the week after E3, so we'll see what kind of news crops up over this week.
We'll do more opinion pieces.
We're running out of opinion pieces.
You gotta
Yeah.
be more philosophical about it.
I'd just like to leave you with a quote about
Okay.
E3 from Mr. Don Matrick.
I was about to say it's Don Matrick, isn't it? Son of a bitch.
If you don't have an internet connection for
you can
Xbox
play
One,
Call of Duty.
just stick with an Xbox 360.
What a terrible thing to say.
Yeah.
I should send him an email and be like, if you, I don't even know what to say to him. I don't know what to say to him.
This is Don saying.
Just
this.
send him a picture of your penis, and that's all you need to do.
He may have like a filter like with the Wii U
The Wii-
has.
So yeah, thanks for listening, and hope you tune in next week. Thanks.
Peace.